In this video, we'll look at types of data. Once the information has been collected, the data collection is called dataset. And most of data can be put into following categories: qualitative or quantitative. It is important for us to identify the data type because the depends on the data type we have, the way we organize and interpret will be also different. So let's look at quantitative. Quantitative data, or we can also call it quantitative variable, tells how much or how many of something there is. So result of counting or measuring attributes of population. So quantitative variable we can think as a numerical value. Whereas qualitative variable or qualitative data type classifies individuals into categories. It is also called categorical variable. So let's look at examples to identify given a data type. A person's age is numerical measure. Therefore, it's quantitative. The person's gender is category. It's not a numerical measure, it's a category. So it's qualitative. Male or female. So it's qualitative. The mileage in miles per gallon of a car is a numerical measure. Therefore, it's quantitative. The color of a car is a category. So if you can think as a category only, it's a qualitative or categorical. So it's qualitative. Final letter grade for a math class. Letter grade is also category. So therefore, this is qualitative. It's not a numerical measure or is not counting. Depends on the score a student receives or earns. We put into category. 90 and above is the category of A. 80 to 90 is 80 to below 90 is category B, and so forth. Therefore, it's a category. Now, within qualitative variable, categorical variable, there's two separate types: ordinal and nominal. Ordinal variables or qualitative variables whose category has natural ordering, whereas nominal variables, qualitative variables whose category has no natural ordering. Okay, so let's look at an example again. State of residence. So Florida, Texas, Arkansas, New York, whatever the state is, there's no natural order. There's no natural order, so it's nominal. Color of a car, whatever the color is, red, black, blue, white, silver, there's no natural ordering. Therefore, it's nominal. Again, color of car and state of residence is there are qualitative variables. Right? So within qualitative variable, we have a subcategories. Size of soft drinks, small, medium, or large. So in this case, there's natural ordering. The biggest to smallest or smallest to biggest. Either way, there's a natural ordering. Therefore, this is ordinal. Letter grades in the statistic class. A, B, C, D, F, or F, C, D, F, D, C, B, A, whichever we go first, like highest to lowest, lowest to highest. There is a natural ordering in letter grade. Therefore, it's ordinal. For quantitative variables, again, within quantitative variables, there are also two types: discrete and continuous. So discrete variables are quantitative variable whose value can be listed. List may be infinite, but we can list it or we can count them. Or for continuous quantitative variable, values in some intervals. And possible value of continuous variable are not restricted to any list. That means there also can be infinite. Okay. So discrete we can think as something we can count. Continuous is there things are in interval, so it's not possible to count. So I think we can make more sense once we look at example. The age of a person at his or her last birthday. That means we're talking about the age in terms of whole numbers only. 1 year old, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. Therefore, this is discrete. We can count them. Right? We can list all the ages, right, in whole numbers. It will be different if we just talk about age in general, because then it will be time, right? Maybe someone is 47 years old, 17 days, and some hours, right? So in that case, it will be continuous. But here they specifically say at his or her last birthday, or at last birthday, right? The height of a person, whatever the measurement we use, centimeter, foot, and inches, or just inches, a height of a person is continuous. And let me explain why. Because height are in some interval. Or another way to think about it is we cannot list all the height, right? 5'6", 5'7", but those are only to whole numbers, right? Inches. One can be 5'6.0001 or 5'7", 5'701, 5'701. So there's so many numbers within height. Let's talk about just even centimeter. One can be 180 centimeter. One can be 180.0001. 180.0002 centimeter. Therefore, we cannot list all the possible heights. Okay? That's why it's continuous. The weight of a mango, also, whatever measurement we use, pound, kilogram, ounce, is continuous because we cannot list all the weights. If it said the weight of mango in whole numbers or nearest tenth decimal, then it will be different. Then we can list all of them, right? Well, we can start to list it, although it might be infinite list. But just in general, the weight is continuous. It can be 16 ounce, 16.001 ounce, 16.002 ounce. We cannot list them. They're unending decimal. Right? It's possible to have all those values. Okay, we're not talking about the probability here. It's possible to have all those values. That's why it's continuous. Number of students in a class. Here we can count them, or we can be listed. We can either have 1 student, 2 students, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Therefore, it's discrete. So it is important to be able to differentiate between discrete and continuous quantitative variables. Again, we're still in category of quantitative variables. So discrete is something we can count and be listed. Both are numbers, but can be listed. Number of things, number of students, the age of person at his or her last birthday. Continuous variable is a quantitative variables that are in intervals. And the possible values are not restricted any list, or we can also put it in a way that we cannot list all of them. Like weight and height, temperature, speed, those things are all quantitative continuous variables.